Another thing I wanted to mention about this trailer, when the driver pulls up into Denver, he's going to pull in at an angle. There are some restrooms that are in the way. It could be that he needs to back up an angle. It's impossible to back up with this thing and get in right. So when he first pulls up, when he stops, just let him know you're going to start detaching this trailer. Now the key is it does have wheels. It's this Travel Valet. Has a little crank here to let you do things. This Travel Valet does have two pins in it. One that lets the whole unit turn this way, and another pin here that'll let the travel go up and down, run up and down. So make sure you're taking care of both of those pins. You do always want to lift it off of the trailer with this crank, get it off of the ball. There's another pin here, and lift this up. So you'll lift this up, get the pin off, take off the safety chains and take off the lighting system here. Then you're ready to lift off. So we lift up this little, squeeze that, lift that up, it's ready to come off the ball. Get it off with this, and that's going to lift it off the ball. Then you're going to put this down by taking out that pin. You spin it, you put the pin back in this angle here. So there's a hole here. Travel wise, there's a hole here that makes it travel. Lifting wise, there's a hole here that you use while you're trying to have it engaged. And then you have another pin here, like I said, that'll let this go up and down. Everyone forgets about this pin. So when you're trying to crank it down with the crank and it doesn't move, it's because of this pin. But this pin is in here because that's what stops it from flipping side to side when it's traveling. So that's stopping this motion when it's traveling, but that's what also lets it steer in the future, when you're going with it. But you do always want to have this down for safety, this down a little further so it's lifting it a little higher than that bar there. But in case the Travel Valet fails, you want this there. Whenever you're taking that off the ball, there are chucks that we have here. They're hanging here. You do always want to have the trailer chucked behind it when you have it off the truck, because it can roll, and it's going to roll fast down the hills of the Broncos Stadium. There's also a kickstand over here, because when you have it detached from the trailer, it's under here. When you have it detached from the truck and you step on the back here, you have the potential for this thing to lift. Now, we have the handicap wheelchair in here, and that's the most important, to have that kickstand down when we're going to back that off the trailer, I mean, because it's going to be detached, and that thing's so heavy, when it finally does reach the back of this, that kickstand not down, you're going to throw this trailer straight up, and that's going to be a painful experience for everybody. There will be a note on this door about that, but whenever that thing's detached from the truck, you want to make sure that kickstand's down so it can't tip back on you with extra weight on the back of the trailer. But anyway, once you do have it detached, it will not move. It does have brakes on this, so when the wheel's engaged, when you're high enough up for this wheel to engage, this has to be locked for it to roll. So if it's disengaged like that, the brakes are on, it's like that, it's able to move, and you can crank it. We can actually put a drill on it to make it move, but with all the people we have, just kind of steering it and pushing it in Denver is fine. Now, I highly recommend, since we're installing from row 1 to 3 on the rows, in Denver, we're going to have our parking lots marked with lines like we'd normally have. The very last corner has a bracket, and a bracket over here, so we know how far we can set up. There's a bracket on the very end of our parking space. I highly recommend that when we're setting up, we push the trailer to the front of our install. We take out rows 1 when we need it, push it back a little bit, install row 2 when we need it, push it back a little bit, install row 3. Then we're able to push that trailer all the way back. It's going to store right next to the walkways they have by the bathrooms. So we're going to store it right next to the bathrooms. There are little walkways, little gates to keep us private. Those private walkways, that's where this trailer stores. Again, you want the chucks there so it can't roll, and you can have the brake on the valet. And then we just do the reverse of that to put it back on the truck, of course. But it's very easy to push with a few people. We do have the trailer valet if you're here by yourself doing things. It's very difficult to roll on anything other than just straight out pavement. But that trailer valet is how it will roll when it's not on a vehicle to help pull it.